Hello, my name is Victoria Emery, and I'm applying for the Wine Sales Development Program. I just wanted to take a quick moment to thank you for this opportunity and let you know how excited I am about the position. So with that being said, let's begin. Our first question, why are you passionate about wine and building your career within the industry? I myself am very passionate about wine and would like to build a career within the industry because I grew up with wine on the table at all of my family gatherings. My family is primarily from England, so it was a big part of our holiday traditions. From a very young age, I knew that my Nana and my mom both preferred a white wine, whereas my dad and my granddad preferred a red wine. But even at these young ages, I knew that my mom liked a Pinot Grigio, and I knew that my dad liked lighter reds like a Beaujolais. Now that I'm older, I understand just how much of a passion my father has for wines that come from the Bordeaux region, and I am able to share in that passion with him. What I noticed most about these family gatherings was just that each of them really enjoyed sharing and exploring new wines together, and that wine itself is a very social experience that is able to spark conversation and deep engagement between all individuals. But mainly, this experience just showed me how expansive the world of wine is, and it makes me very excited to be a part of that. Question 2. What excites you about working in a guest-facing role in the Okanagan Valley this summer? What excites me mainly is just I've always been keen on trying new things and developing my experiences. I will often seek out new activities and opportunities that take me out of my comfort zone, and I find that this helps to shape my interests and my passions, but also helps me to grow into the individual that I want to be. Traveling to a new place allows me the opportunity to meet people I never would have had the chance to otherwise, and allows me to create and explore new connections while also developing my personal skills throughout these connections. Question 3, tell us about your university degree program. How did you choose your school and program? I chose to attend the University of Western Ontario because both my dad and my older sister graduated from this university, and I always looked up to them both as significant role models in my life. I chose to enroll in a psychology degree program because I always found myself very fascinated by others and human nature in general. Growing up, I was very observant, and I paid a lot of attention to the activities and the behaviors of others going on around me, which as I've grown older has seemed to benefit me greatly with my communication skills and my problem-solving skills. I really wanted to study more about human dynamics from all outlooks, whether that be evolutionary, neurological, social, personal, or genetically. And I found that my knowledge that I've acquired from my degree has really set me up for success within the sales and marketing industry. Question 4. Tell us about the best team you've ever worked on. What made it so great? The best team I've ever worked on or ever been a part of was my Northwest competitive soccer team. I was a part of this team throughout high school and a little bit into my post-secondary degree. What made this experience great was that we all collectively knew that we had to integrate ourselves into a single unit in order to maintain and develop our skills for mutual goals. At the beginning, when I joined the team, the biggest thing that stood out to me was just how much of an emphasis my coach put on team building, and he hosted many events that helped us get to know each other and find common ground and comfortability with one another. Through this, we were then able to learn how to work with each other's personalities, communication styles, our strengths and weaknesses, in order to grow and find success within our tournaments. We very quickly learned that we were only as strong as our weakest link, and so it was important to own in on our own individual skills, but also it is important to create an emphasis on team skill development, which was the best part of that. So question 5, what does great customer service mean to you? Tell us about a time you received an exceptional service and what made it so memorable. So for myself, great customer service involves active listening and rapport building with your customers. You also have to be able to maintain patience and have empathy for customers when you're trying to problem solve for them. So a time that I felt that I received exceptional service like this was about mid-COVID-19. I ended up getting into a car accident. I went through my insurance company, got a body shop, and figured all that out, and I got a rental car. I was given the rental car with a rental agreement of 3 weeks. However, when I got to the end of my rental agreement, it had seemed that my car had been sitting in the body shop for quite some time without any work being done on it. And so it was going to take quite a bit longer to be repaired. This was a big concern to me because my rental agreement was coming up. But when I called my adjuster and my insurance company, I was told that any extended days was to be on myself. It was my responsibility and I needed to cover any additional cost. This was obviously quite upsetting to me because I felt that the communication between the adjuster, the body shop, and myself was just very poor, and I had been let down. Regardless, I went to take my vehicle into Enterprise to return the rental within that 3-week period. And when I went there, the representative could see very clearly that I was quite upset and very distraught about what I was going to do for my transportation for the remaining weeks. And he was so great about it. He told me, don't worry about it. Keep the car, go to school, do what you need to do. And I will reach out to your adjuster and personally handle this for you. And it will be of no additional cost for yourself. We will get this handled. So that was really great. It took a huge weight off of my shoulders, gave me great relief. And that was one of the best experiences I've ever had. So moving on, our next question. Tell us about the best trip you've gone on. What did you love about it? The best trip I personally ever went on was when I was 15. I traveled to England. That was my first experience traveling alone without any family members or any other direction. So I felt that that was a great opportunity for me to find my individualism and really grow as a young adult. I was able to meet a lot of family members that hadn't seen me since I was a toddler and really get to experience a lot of our family history, seeing the house that my dad and my aunt grew up in as young children, and seeing the first house that my nana and my granddad ever bought after they were married. And so those were some really meaningful experiences. I also just got to really take in the culture and really experience it on my own, which was awesome for the first couple of weeks. Then my aunt and my nana and my dad all came and joined me after a couple of weeks of me being there on my own. And we went to London, and they're all big Beatles fans, so we got to go to Abbey Road, and we got to do all of these amazing things, going to Buckingham Palace and going to the Harry Potter Museum and all these great things that really brought us together as a family. So that was an amazing experience. But what I take from it the most is that it was a great experience to travel and really not feel much of a tourist. I got to really experience the culture on my own without hesitation, and that was the best part of that experience. Our next question. Imagine you are a territory sales representative with Mark Anthony. You are focused on selling Diabolica wine to a retail liquor store manager. What would your sales pitch be to get Diabolica sold in the store? So in order for me to get Diabolica wine sold in the retail store, I would first consider the fact that shelf space in any retail store is competitive, and therefore the key is moving current products off of the shelves. To do so, I must set my product apart from the competition in order to secure the company's business. I would begin by sharing with the manager how Diabolica allows their winemakers to be freely creative without restrictions. And therefore, I can assure them that Diabolica will bring a uniqueness and originality to their customers that cannot be compared to the store's already competing brands. As an example, Diabolica's current red blend is a blend of Merlot, Petit Verdot, and Shiraz. This is a unique blend that allows for crossing between some of the most famous of red blends, such as within Bordeaux or Chianti blends. It is quite rare to find blends such as Diabolica's because they stray away from both tradition and climate conditions. For example, Cabernet is typically blended with a Merlot, while a Shiraz is typically blended with a Grenache or a Mourvèdre. Diabolica's unique traits will drive sales and move the product quickly. I would offer to do some sampling within the store to introduce the product and allow the manager to see for himself how the customers interact with the wine and the interest that they have for the product. Many customers are often looking to try something new regardless, but they aren't quite sure where to begin. So this would be a great strategy to engage with those types of prospects as well. I would also provide the manager with sales data and information from other liquor retailers selling Diabolica. I would share the success stories and testimonials from other sellers, showing the manager just how the brand will drive revenue and create repeat customers for his business. Finally, our last question: what makes you the best candidate for our wine sales development program? So for myself, I'm a strong, very strong hard worker, and I'm an eager learner who embraces new experiences. I thrive in competitive environments, and they allow for me to get very excited in overachieving my goals and developing my career goals. I'm a very friendly and empathetic individual, which has really helped me to excel in my prior server positions prior to this. I served in multiple types of service environments, from family-owned to chain restaurants and to exclusive golf clubs and hotels, such as the Hunt Club here in London. Having experienced serving all types of guests has helped me to develop strong customer service and people skills, but also shape my personality and my extroversion. The main takeaway I have learned from serving regardless of the environment is to focus on each individual's needs and inform and assist guests in the decision-making process while selecting their items, and also providing personalized service to each individual. So yeah. Those are my responses, and I thank you again for this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you in the future. Take care.